Because in this paper, what we are going to be discussing is step-by-step process involved in documentation. And I'll be showing you a chart that summarizes the whole processes involved in exportation from Nigeria. Now, you see this chart? This is a summary of the step-by-step export process in Nigeria. If you are able to master this chart, you have mastered the processes involved in exportation out of Nigeria. Let's look at this. Number one, export preparation and planning. This is where export readiness becomes important and crucial. The concept of export readiness is a big deal. Many businesses that fall out of export business dropped out because of lack of export readiness. In fact, you will meet some people that will say, export, I used to do it though, but you know, the wahala is too much, Jare, so I left. Why did they say wahala is too much and I left? They were not ready for export market. So they faced challenges and they bailed. They ran out because they were not ready. And those that have not been able to fix that area are having huge challenge. So the planning and preparation is all about asking the right question and really and truly getting ready to go global. Contract sourcing. After I've ensured I am ready and prepared, I source for buyers and sign an agreement. When I get buyer, I raise funding. Product and manufacturing. After I raise funding, I go to produce or procure. When I finish production, good is ready for export, I go to the platform created by CBN to apply that I want to export. And that's on trade.gov, tradesystem.gov.ng. I go there to apply that I want to export. I fill the form and attach the pre-export documentation. Here are the pre-export documentation: NXP, pro forma invoice, NEPC license, certificate of incorporation, which is not necessary again because for you to register on the trade platform, you must have a limited liability company already and have a TIN number already. So CAC is no longer required because that is already given. For you to have access on that platform, you must have gotten it. Certificate of origin and request for information, RFI, from the inspection agent of government who will inspect the good being exported. And when you export from Nigeria, you don't pay export duty, you only pay a fee to the government. It's called Nigerian Export Supervision Scheme fee, and it's 0.5% of the FOB value. FOB value is the value of the goods plus profit. Let's go back to the chart. So when I fill the NSP form and attach the pre-export documentation and completed the NSP form, when I submit, it is transmitted to the bank, to the commercial bank I've chosen. In this case, as an exporter, a customer of Jaiz Bank, I will choose Jaiz Bank. So it will go to your head office, and people that are on the desk are going to attend to it and approve, provided all things are equal. That means all the information required has been provided. They will approve the NXP. Bank approve NXP and transmit it to the pre-shipment inspection agent and transmit it to the pre-shipment inspection agent. The exporter warehouse the goods and book container for loading. Then inspection is done by the inspection agent. In Southwest, they are called Neroli. In the North, they are called Gojopa and Anglia. The inspection is done by customs, pre-shipment inspection agent appointed by the government and other government agencies like NAFTA, depending on the nature of the item. When the pre-shipment inspection agent finishes inspection, he will notify the exporter of the amount to go and pay for next fee. The exporter instructs the bank to pay the next fee. Upon payment of the next fee, the bank uploads the next receipt on the TRMS trade system platform. Having uploaded it on the trade system platform, the custom is able to see it. The bank uploaded on the trade system platform and transmit to the PIA. The PIA issue clean certificate of inspection. So the PIA has done inspection, but will not issue the CCI until the bank confirms that the 0.5% next fee has been paid. You know what? CBN paid the inspection agent a percentage of that 0.5%. So if you don't pay it, that's where they will be paid from. They will not issue your CCI. So a bank will only issue CCI, the PIA will only issue CCI when the bank have informed the PIA that payment has been made. Now, PIA transmits CCI to custom, and custom issues single good declaration form. Custom clear the good for export and transmit the SGD to the shipping line. All these are done on a platform online. The shipping line load the goods on board the vessel and issue the bill of lading. Depending on the payment method, that will determine what post-export document will be like. This is post-export document, which are basically shipping documents. Bill of lading, invoice, packing list. This document is going to be transmitted from the exporter to his bank. Jai's bank will send it to the importer's bank. Importer's bank effect payment, and the account of the exporter is credited. What are the challenges with documentation? Discrepancies between the terms of shipment and document presented, delays in issuance due to bureaucracy, defective goods despite inspection, damaged goods, which means insurance must cover every detail, and all of them leading to death. The benefit of documentation in export is that it ensures quality assurance, it gives title to the goods, like the bill of lading. It's an evidence of receipt of goods, like the bill of lading. It gives assurance of payment if they are all in line with the term and condition. Evidence of insurance coverage, evidence of shipment of goods, evidence of adherence to regulation, and evidence of previous history. So let's go through the guideline. Export guideline in Nigeria. All goods, including oil or its derivative, exported from Nigeria are subject to inspection by the inspection agent appointed by government for that purpose. All export exempted from inspection by the inspection agent are listed in Schedule A appended, and I'll show the Schedule A soon. For the avoidance of doubt, goods prohibited for exportation from Nigeria as contained in the annual fiscal policy guideline shall be processed by the pre-shipment inspection agent. That's the Anglia I talk about, and Gojopa and Neroli. Exporter shall open DOM account. An exporter is expected to open DOM account with any bank in Nigeria, and this same bank shall be used to process Form NXP. The exporter shall ensure that the export proceeds received in respect of the process NXP are credited to this account. The exporter shall process Form NXP electronically through the tradesystem.gov.mg. Bank export customer are expected to obtain TIN from FRS in order to be able to create an account on this platform. Following the completion of Form NXP, the exporter shall collect an RFI form, request for information, from the pre-shipment inspection. The purpose of the RFI form is to enable inspection agent to coordinate with the exporter a date and time for inspection. The exporter shall submit completed RFI to the pre-shipment inspection agent, along with all other documents relating to the export transaction, not less than 5 days prior to shipment. Please note that export DOM account is open with zero balance. Export DOM account is open with zero balance. You cannot deposit into it, you cannot withdraw from it. It's supposed to receive inflow from abroad only, and it's only debited by bank to be sold in IIN window. Exporters have provided necessary logistics at the export terminal warehouse to enable pre-shipment inspection to perform the inspection. The PIA shall inspect quality and quantity, determine the fair value of the export, and issue a clean certificate of inspection in respect of such export after receipt of NXP and next levy receipt. PIA shall collate with other relevant regulatory agencies, NAFDAC, SON, NAQS, FPIS, for quality inspection of regulated products. The PIA shall inspect quality and quantity of all exports, as well as true value of the goods to the consignee, and shall issue clean certificate of inspection in respect of that within 72 hours. However, where a written complaint or protest has been lodged by the consignee or his agent on oil and gas, the relevant CCI shall be issued within a maximum period of 30 calendar days. In the event of uncovering discrepancies that cannot be corrected, immediately the exporter shall be issued a non-negotiable certificate of inspection, and however, in the interest of integrity of the exporter, to correct discrepancy to enable the inspection agent issue appropriate certificate and endorse commercial invoice accordingly. The exporter shall retain acknowledgement copy of the approved NXP form and use the NXP number as reference in all dealings with the bank, Central Bank of Nigeria inspection agent, and the Nigerian Customs Service. The NXP form shall be utilized within 6 months. So the lifespan of an NXP is 6 months, the initial lifespan, subject to renewal by the bank 3 months, and subject to further renewal by the Director of Trade and Exchange for another 3 months. The exporter shall require to pay a designated fee, Nigerian Export Supervision Scheme, administrative charge of 0.5% of the FOB value. The designated bank shall remit this to the next fee account in the central bank. If after inspection the FOB value is found to be higher than the declared, then additional next fee shall be paid by the exporter accordingly. The Nigerian Customs Service shall ensure that any cargo without a CCI duly issued by the government-appointed inspection agent is not loaded onto the seagoing vessel, aircraft, border crossing vessel. Repatriation. All exporters shall ensure that export proceeds are repatriated and credited to their export domiciliary account within 180 days of the bill of lading date. Letter of credit, bill for collection, advance payment, or other approved international payment method shall be accepted for all exports from Nigeria. It is the responsibility of Central Bank of Nigeria to monitor the repatriation of export proceeds. Sanction. Non-compliance with requirement or provision of this guideline will attract the following sanction. Failure to pay next levy within 1 month of the shipment date by any exporter shall attract the penalty of 10% of the total next fee outstanding on the transaction, and non-repatriation of export proceeds within 180 days by the exporter shall attract 10% of the amount of the export proceeds that remain outstanding. Here are the Schedule A goods exempted from inspection. Schedule A goods exempted from inspection. Personal effects: used motor vehicles, perishables, day-old chicks, human eyes, human remain, vaccine, periodicals, magazine, object of art, explosive pyrotechnic product like fireworks, arms and ammunition, weapons and implements of war, live animals, transshipment, supply to diplomatic corps, and supply to UN for their use, household and other non-commercial products, gifts and personal effects, trade, samples, business charter, machineries, equipment, machinery for execution of specific contracts, re-export, return of empty containers. So now, exempted from inspection means it can be exported, but it will not be inspected by the inspection agent of government. Custom will still inspect. But there are prohibited items for export, items that custom prohibit for export. For example, maize is prohibited for export. Timber is prohibited for export. Rawhide and skin are prohibited for export. Scrap metal is prohibited for export. Unprocessed rubber, latex, and rubber lump are prohibited for export. Artifacts and antiquities are prohibited for export. Wildlife, animal classifiers, and endangered species are prohibited for export. Crocodile, elephant, lizard, eagle, monkey are prohibited for export. All imported goods into Nigeria are prohibited for export.